What's going on, everybody? It's the kid, DC Wrestling, back at it again with another video. Man, oh man, this was another great episode of WWE Smackdown. I'm telling you, man, this is what I love about Smackdown more about Raw, man. They are just continuing to prove that they are the true superior show. Like I just said, this is another great episode. We kicked off the night well, and we ended the night off well. This was a really great episode as we are continuing to build up for the 2021 Royal Rumble that will be taking place on January 31st, Sunday night. Anyways, I don't want to waste any time here. We kicked off the night where Roman Reigns cut another amazing promo like he always does, talking about how he has carried the WWE for the past 2 years, talking about how, he never makes excuses, unlike Adam Pearce, who made the excuse, which we obviously saw in the flashback from last week's Friday Night Smackdown, where I guess you could say Adam Pearce faked an injury so that he wouldn't face Reigns at the Rumble, and instead it would have been Kevin Owens. Anyways, yeah, Roman, basically making fun of Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce coming out, telling him that, that this is getting out of control. But then also, Reigns, clapping back, saying that, what's really out of control is that Pearce, going against him. Pearce putting, Owens back in the main event scene, putting him back in the title picture. And yeah, pretty much, yeah, basically. And Reigns was, he told Adam Pearce that he was Owens' bitch. And if he's Owens' bitch, then he's mostly certainly Reigns' bitch. So, yeah, Pearce talking about he hasn't wrestled in years and stuff like that. Pearce also called out Paul Heyman. And then Paul Heyman was like, how dare you disrespect the tribal chief? How dare you disrespect me? And so we get what was supposedly the main event of the night, Paul Heyman versus Adam Pearce. Also, Sami Zayn comes out and handcuffs himself to the entranceway, going on this whole conspiracy theory about how he lost the Intercontinental Championship, talking about how he is the real Intercontinental Champion. Also, he has his own documentary crew. So we get the first match of the night, which was a tag team match. We got the Women Tag Team Champs, Asuka and Charlotte Flair, taking on the Riot Squad. Obviously, Asuka and Charlotte picking up the win. I thought this match was okay for what it was. Billy obviously trying to get involved at the end, trying to help out, her girls. But instead, it cost them the match, and it cost them a shot at the tag team titles. So, backstage, Billie Kay is obviously apologizing. She's talking about, like, hey, I'm sorry and everything, that we can work together. We can work this out. And, yeah, and also, Ruby and Liv was talking about how Sonya gave them title spots in the Royal Rumble match. And they also said that the squad was pretty much better off if it was just the two of them without Billie Kay. Also, we get another in-ring segment with Daniel Bryan talking about the Royal Rumble match, talking about how, he's never won the Royal Rumble match. He's accomplished so many things in his career. Cesaro comes out talking about how he's going to be the Rumble, and he's going to win the Rumble, and talking about how he's sick and tired of proving himself week after week. And he issues his open challenge to Bryan, but Bryan, who was not dressed to wrestle, didn't do it. So Ziggler came out talking about he's going to win the Rumble, and obviously he wants to face Cesaro. So we get Cesaro versus Ziggler. I thought this match was okay for what it was. Cesaro picking up the win. I got to say, with the way they've been building up Cesaro these past 2 weeks, they're really, I'm not saying he's going to win the Rumble, but in some fans' eyes, he can look like an odd favorite to win the Rumble. So, we'll get there when we get there, but they've been really booking Cesaro strong these past 2 weeks. So shout out to SmackDown and them for doing that. Now, this match surprised me. We saw Charlotte's guy, Butler, whatever you want to call him, Renaud, I think that's how you pronounce it, taking on the SmackDown Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. Now, I've never seen this Renaud guy. I've never seen him wrestle before. I've never seen him. But this dude impressed the hell out of me, dude. I remember seeing him doing all them flips and stuff, the little dives. I know some people were like, oh, it's a little bit too excessive. But I was like, bro, this man is legit. And I was saying right after the match, I'm like, bro, this dude needs to split up from Carmella, and he needs to go to, like, NXT or something like that. Like, he fucking moving like he's a damn cruiserweight. And so I went on his Twitter account and actually saw that he's actually signed to NXT. I was like, wow, like, that's amazing. Because this dude, man, I'm telling you, this dude, if you get him in a wrestling ring, and, you know, there were a few times where I guess you could say he botched a little bit, but that's okay. You know, overall, this dude really did amazing in this match against Sasha, even though he didn't really get no shot at hitting Sasha Banks, you know what I'm saying? But this was a great match. Well, it wasn't really a match, but it was, for what it was worth, it was pretty cool. Sasha picking up the win, you know, giving her momentum heading into the Royal Rumble. We get another segment with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman backstage, you know, basically telling Heyman to handle his business, and he picks up the title and he supposedly walked out the Thunderdome. So we get a Intercontinental title match between Apollo Crews and Big E. This match was really good, actually. When this match started, I was like, bro, this match is starting off hot. This is going to be a great match. But Sammy uncuffs himself, comes in the ring, and interrupts, you know, what was going to be a really great match, in my opinion. So I can't really say it was a match, but for what it was a really great match for what it was worth until Sammy came in the ring, which is pretty much why they did all that high spot, since it was obviously planned. Sammy was going to get in the ring. So I guess they were like, let's do out here, put on a hot match, you know, until Sammy does what he needs to do. Street Profits are backstage. You know, they give Sonya, you know, gift basket. Obviously, let's just talk about Sonya for a bit, man. Sonya is really killing it with this GM role, man. Like, I'm low-key digging Sonya, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people like, oh, Sonya needs to be in the Rumble. But, you know, I like this position where she is now. And who knows, you know, you slowly build her up back as that wrestler and a potential title challenger, title contender. But basically, the Street Profits were like, we want the tag team titles. You know, DeVille's like, Montez, bro, you're still recovering. You can still do your little funny segments, hyping up SmackDown, if you get what I'm saying, fam. And, yeah, and basically was like, you know, once they're 100%, they will be back in the title picture and basically get their rematch. So next, we have another big segment. A lot of segments here tonight, by the way. We get the Bayley's Ultimate Athlete Obstacle Course Challenge. Speaking of athletes obstacle course challenge, do you guys remember back in 2017 when Bobby Lashley was coming back and one of his first feuds in the WWE was with Sami Zayn? You know, forgetting about what that awful segment on Raw, but do you guys remember when because, you know, Bobby being in the military and stuff like that, do you guys remember when Sami did something similar like this with Lashley, but he attacked Lashley afterwards? So tonight, what we saw just made me remind me of that segment. Anyways, you know, Bayley doing everything to make sure, you know, Bianca doesn't win this match, this course. Bianca showing why she is truly the EST of the WWE. I mean, bro, she impressed me. Well, she been impressed me. But, dude, when she looked up Otis, come on, bro. You can't be like, oh, that's easy. Nah, bro. Come on now. You can't look at Otis and be like, come on, bro. Otis, that's a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? And for Bianca to carry Otis like that, amazing. So, shout out to Bianca, man. So, Bianca winning the course. You know, Bayley attacking her like always. So, Rey Mysterio and Dominik backstage talking about the match against Corbin. And then after that, we get King Corbin versus Dominik. And to be honest with you, I didn't really care for this match. I don't care for this feud, to be honest. This is one of the things on SmackDown where I just don't really care about, to be perfectly honest with you. They need to end King Corbin. You know, I'm sitting here saying it like, bro, like this feud, what's the payoff to this? You know what I mean? Well, it could be Dominik turning heel. I don't know. But Corbin, he needs to end the King Corbin gimmick. You know, he needs to go back to being a lone wolf. You know, come on. And then again, where's Mysterio? I mean, where's Murphy? And Aaliyah Mysterio, where they at? Like, okay, it would make sense if, like, Corbin attacked Murphy and put him out with an injury and would keep him silent for a few weeks. But he's not on the show for a few weeks, and they haven't even explained, unless it's coming back at the Rumble. But then, you know, we're still going to be like, Murphy, where you been at these past few weeks, player? You know what I mean? Even Aaliyah. So I don't know. This storyline is stupid. Well, I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's all over the place. I don't know. So then we supposedly get the main event, Adam Pearce versus Paul Heyman, but it wasn't. Paul Heyman fakes an injury, talking about card subject to change. And Roman comes out, beats the hell out of Pearce. You know, Owens comes out. Oh, by the way, Kevin Owens cut an amazing promo tonight. Like, he cut an amazing promo tonight, in my opinion. Probably the best promo, well, one of the best promos of the night. Because it felt real, you know, him talking about, you know, his family on his knuckles, his tattoos and everything. Like, I was like, man, that dude was, he, like, cut a really good promo. And I actually like what they did with Owens. I know some would be like, oh, why they did that? It made Roman look weak. No. Okay? Because Kevin Owens is heading into the biggest event of the year. Well, one of the big shows. And he's fighting Reigns. And what's the point of giving him his third world title opportunity and he's getting his shit kicked every single week? So he gets his shit kicked every single week, and then you really expect him to come in and Rumble? At least give him a little bit of momentum. I mean, he's not going to win, but at least make him seem like a threat to Reigns. You can't just have Owens show up getting an ass beat every week. Then it's just going to be like, oh, there's no shot in hell Owens is going to win the title. At least make it seem like it. So, yeah. So, like I said, man, that was SmackDown. You know, I think I said good, but now thinking about it, you know, reading all that stuff, I guess it was an okay segment of SmackDown. You know, it wasn't the best match. Like I said, there was a lot of segments tonight. I think there were, like, more segments than there were matches. So, it was mostly a segment night and not, you know, but, you know, you need them segments, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was okay for me tonight. Like I said, Roman Reigns, you know, one of the best things on SmackDown, and yeah. Anyways, guys, that is my SmackDown review. I hope you enjoyed. This was the WWE SmackDown January 22nd edition. Like I said, man, 2 weeks for a Rumble. Next week, go-home shows before the Rumble. Man, let's get to it. Royal Rumble predictions obviously coming out next week. Love you guys. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Like, tell me what were your thoughts on SmackDown. And, yeah.